Hello, Rich. I'm the Equalizer Pellegrino at Global Woke Institute on social media, um, and Rich the Equalizer as well on social media, and website howwokeami.org or globalwokeinstitute.org. Email laboroflovecampaign@gmail.com. It's 4 or 5 in the morning again. Here I am on the couch in my V-neck T-shirt, sharing some thoughts and inspiration with you. Last time I lamented the deranged madmen in power here, uh, and here in other countries, raining war and genocide on innocent people. Um, and a couple of days later, I was up all night asking the question to the universe, to God, to whatever your higher power is, and my higher power, and asking why. Why, if there is such a higher power, if there is such a God, if there is something that regulates this universe um, at all, why is it or he allowing this to continue? And I posed that question. Then I did. I posed it in my meditation, in my prayer, and then online. Of course, AI and YouTube, and two videos popped up, which I feel basically are an answer to prayer, answer to the question. By the way, I did send out those videos to some of you to get your reaction. And I also shared my dilemma and my question. And I got some great responses basically to my question from a number of you. And basically saying it's not God or the universe or whatever higher power that's allowing this, it's us. We have free will. It's people that are allowing human beings. Okay, so and I do accept that to a great degree. But the two videos, first of all, I want you to watch these. To look them up. They're both an hour long. One actually has a series of videos, um, and the first one is United States Declassified. It's on YouTube. It's about 7 years old. The thumbnail pictures MLK speaking to the March on Washington. That's the picture. So, United States Declassified. If you can, watch the whole thing an hour. In that hour, you'll learn probably more accurate facts about American history, at least, and also European history and Great Britain's, um, at least in the last couple of centuries, but really, in the last few centuries, but focused on the last 2 centuries. You'll probably learn more accurate history in that hour than you will in your whole public school education. Um, it's really, really interesting. And it really shows what we're up against and that you can't fix. It's systemic. It's not something that can be fixed. It's not broken. It's working the way it was designed to work to protect the rich, the elite. Um, in this country, that means, and in Europe, the white, wealthy elite. Um, and it's been succeeding in that. And um, starting with the last century, America, the United States, I hesitate to label us America because America is broader than the United States. The United States started building its empire around the world which means colonizing using military force and violence and economic oppression. However, before that, the interesting thing it shows is that the original settlers of this country rejected the King of England and divine right and England's colonialism and empire building around the world, and we've become a copycat and probably even worse. So, and it's all through the military industrial complex, at least in the last 2 centuries, 20th century and this century, and the prison industrial complex. That's who runs the country. That's who runs the empire. That's who. That's where all the money is, and that's, if you want to call it, the deep state. The government and the politicians are puppets of that, of the military industrial complex and the prison industrial complex, which is really corporatocracy, a plutocracy, or oligarchy, if you want to look up forms of government, nothing having to do with democracy. So that's the first film. Watch America not America, I'm sorry, United States Declassified. Okay. And the second one, really, it's the first one that popped up to me. It's from a channel in YouTube called Hidden Logic. Hidden Logic. There's plenty of videos there. One of the ones that that popped up to me was Trump doesn't know he's playing Pharaoh in a script. Okay, and it's biblical, um, and really Old Testament more than New. Uh, so it should resonate with those people who identify as Christian here and Jewish, um, and Muslim, because of course they're all Abrahamic religions. Uh, but it's focused on black people, and definitely if you're black, watch this. Go to that channel. Watch any of the videos. And all of them say black people watch this now in their thumbnail. Um, and it talks about really, how uh, everything is really mimicking uh, the time of Pharaoh and the Exodus, which is necessary now. Okay, Exodus to freedom from slavery, because we all are enslaved, definitely at different degrees of slavery, but we're all enslaved. As Bob Marley put it, mental slavery really is the deepest and insidious form of slavery. Uh, as my brother Roberto Mendoza often says, we have to decolonize our minds. If you've been born here, if you lived here, if you came here as an immigrant and bought the U.S., the American Kool-Aid of American exceptionalism, everybody's infected by it. So watch those two videos, um, and you know the question then is, what do we do about it? Okay, if the system is that far gone, then all we can do is focus on intentional community survival, because it's not sustainable. The system is going to crash. Already, the U.S. currency, the U.S. dollar is being compromised because of this foolish Iran war, um, but also because we've been the world is waking up to our colonialism and oppression, and the first thing that they'll do is divest of the US dollar, which they're doing. Um, and not yet, of course, it hasn't crashed yet, but there's a great potential for a crash, okay? A great recession or depression, whatever you want to call it. So, what I'm doing, let me back up a bit. As I've always told you, first of all, focus on yourself and your own healing, okay? And your own authentic identity, which part of this education is to help you with. Um, and as I've said before, the strength of the wolf is in the pack, so join whatever community, bolsters you, gives you positive energy, supports you individually. Okay, that can be your church, your temple, your mosque, your yoga class, your dojo, whatever it is, your ashram, or it can be just your fraternity, um, or social justice organizations, cooperatives. There's all kinds of organizations that are positive and progressive. That's one thing. However, also find and join organizations that understand the fact that we have to exit this system and build a new system. There's no patching, there's no band-aids that's going to fix this system. Um, Reforming, electing the right people, all of that, although that's important. I'm not saying we shouldn't do that. It's called a dual power concept. We have to survive and um, and heal ourselves and others from this existing system and transfer the wealth uh, from this system to the new system we're building. So find new system groups, find exodus groups who are exiting the system. They are all around, and I can connect you to them, whether it's in Atlanta or wherever you live. There's organizations that are basically they're gravitating off the grid by starting to grow their own food, get land, do things that are self sustaining and are not dependent on the government or the system. It's important to do that. We're doing it. I'm doing it here. My family's doing it. The groups, I'm involved with lots of groups, those groups that are doing that, as well as groups that are just here doing mutual aid and keeping people afloat in this system, in this jungle. So um, that's my advice to you. If all of this or any of this is depressing to you, kills your spirit, is too negative, then meditate, pray, find your spiritual center, your shadow, whatever you want to call it. You know, there's shamans, there's spiritual teachers, there's all kinds there I can connect you with because obviously you have to keep positive yourself and healthy mentally, emotionally, physically as well while we traverse this exodus, really, this exiting the old world order and building a new world order based on indigenous spiritual cooperative principles, a beloved community devoid of the triple evils of racism, poverty, and militarism. Okay? Basically, divesting of capitalism, okay, and moving towards a new philosophy and system of governance, self-governance, and economics, cooperative economics. Okay, well, thanks, but again, United States Declassified and the Hidden Logic channel on YouTube with many videos that will help enlighten you, hopefully, like it has helped me understand, the direction we need to go. And it's not backwards. Okay. Ciao. Have a great one. I hope good things for all of you. Until next time, ciao.